You know what's so crazy? You talk about good timing and terrible timing. As if you obviously, hopefully you're subscribed to the channel. Um, but we've had a Elvis run on this channel and a Bill Burr run. And for whatever reason, I just picked a random day in September to finally watch this clip. I don't know how I've missed it or how I haven't watched it yet. I thought I heard or saw everything from Bill Burr you could see. And I also thought that I heard most of the big hits or big videos from Elvis. Apparently I haven't. This is Bill Burr. Why Bill Burr and his wife argue about Elvis. I cannot wait to hear what Bill Burr has to say. If you know nothing else about Bill Burr, he is controversial. He is funny. I love his perspective on things. And so to hear him talk about Elvis, who, at least on this channel, he hasn't really been as controversial. Like, I learned a lot in my Elvis journey, which I'm still not done with. If you're an Elvis fan or, love the Elvis journey that I was on and I missed any songs that you want me to check out or videos or performances, as always, request them and recommend them, and I definitely would check them out. But yeah, it hasn't really been controversial. It's actually been very insightful and fun. So, but we all know that Elvis was very controversial, in a multitude of ways. And so I'm waiting to see what Bill Burr is gonna say about him, and what side of the fence in regards to. I could only assume it's about liking him and not liking him between him and his wife. So anyway, I'm doing a bunch of guessing when we could just hit play and watch the video and find out. So enough with this monologue. Let's hear the great Bill Burr and what he has to say about Elvis. Let's go.
Now, I love Elvis. Okay, he fascinates me. He's like the first rock star with the power of television. They just intersected, and he went to he ascended to this level of fame that no one had ever been to before. Hence, he made all the mistakes because there was no one there to help him out, right? He got a piece of shit manager that stole from him. Bam! He stopped making music, started making shitty movies. He's not a good actor, right? Does that. Married a minor. Started doing drugs, got fat, got an entourage, got even fatter, started wearing onesies, doing karate kicks, splitting his fucking pants. Nobody's saying shit. You look good, King. You like that? You like when my royal balls hang out? We love it, King. Keep fucking going. Starts doing pills, gets addicted. He fucking dies alone on a toilet. All right? This man kicked open all of those fucking doors for the rest of us. All right?
Right.
So I sit down, and I'm watching this documentary as a white dude, which is what I am. I'm looking out my white head, watching this white shit. It's coming back into my white eyes, getting whiter by the fucking second. Right?
Okay.
And my wife, on the other hand, she's black, right?
Right.
Now, I hate saying that because it makes it seem like I'm gonna start doing some stupid comparison jokes. You know those dumb white guy, black guy jokes? And it's always like the white guy's like, oh, Jesus, I gotta do my taxes. Can this chair hold me? The black guy's always like, you need to loosen up. You gotta relax, man. You just gotta let it happen. All right?
That's something that's something I always wanted to say about Bill Burr. For comedians, it seems like it's so easy, as we know, for them to just do a bunch of like white black jokes, like black people do this and white people do that. It's such an easy, laugh. You know what I mean? It's such a for the gamers, that's like a noob thing. It's such a noob thing to do, like just to make a bunch of jokes about race. And so that's why I really like Burr, because outside of he got the Harlem joke, I remember that, the lotion joke, and that's about it. I really don't remember Bill Burr. Like, he doesn't really get into race that much. Like, out of all the topics he gets into, it's never really race. But he does cover everything, and you know he did talk about race a couple of times. But I really appreciate that. Excuse me, Jesus, about Burr is the fact that his array of topics are very vast, and it's not about the typical stuff. I do appreciate that, but yeah, I can't wait to see where he goes with this.
Let it happen. All right. It's always the same stupid fucking joke. I hate those jokes, you know, because they're easy, and it's been my experience that it's just not true. You know, 15 years of being with her, there's really no difference, you know, because at the end of the day, it's a woman. All right? It's gonna be the same fights. I don't give a fuck who you're with. I'm not gonna lie to you. There might be more head movement and hand gestures with different races of women. Possibly an index finger jabbing at your forehead, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's the same fights. What's going on with us? You need to work on this. Why don't we communicate better, right? Yeah. So she starts watching this shit as a black person, right? And she's seeing all the racism, obviously, that I'm seeing, but she was catching all this subtle shit that I was too white to see, but I knew I was missing it, because I just kept hearing her huffing and puffing, just sitting next to me being like, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, somebody did something. I don't know what just happened, but I don't think that was good. So right when I didn't think it could get any worse, it could get any more uncomfortable between the two of us, this fucking white dude comes on who evidently discovered Elvis. And he's like 190 years old, and he comes out, starts talking. He's just like, well, basically, I was looking for a white boy that could take the down and dirty, nasty blues and combine it with the pristine, angelic sounds of bluegrass. Yeah, that's what he was doing. He was subtly putting black shit down here while he was propping up the white shit. You know, the down and dirty, daddy not sticking around, drug-infested neighborhood blues with the Jesus as white as me, hair the color of the sun, angelic bluegrass playing music, right? So at this point, my wife has like fucking steam coming out of her ears. So I make a judgment call. I just fucking shut it off, right? And she looks at me, she's like, why did you shut that off? Why did you shut it off? I was like, because you're about 3 minutes away from yelling at me like I produced this music. All right? Let's just forget it. We'll watch something else. She's like, no, why can't we just watch the rest of this and then discuss it afterwards? It's like, I don't want to do that. I just want to watch a documentary. I don't want to have a fucking lecture because of these fucking assholes. I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting there watching TV.
Right.
And not to mention, we're just gonna get into an argument. She's like, well, why would we get into an argument? I'm like, ugh. All right, you know why? Because not for nothing, there was some black people in there saying some shit that I didn't agree with, you know? I'm not huffing and puffing. Yeah, I said that.
Oh, shit. Burr, you know, if Burr doesn't want to admit it, he likes to argue. I'm starting to pick that up. Like, he says at every stand-up how much he doesn't like doing it. But you can tell he takes a lot of pride in arguing and winning the argument. You could just tell. Because it's not a stand-up that I watch from him where he doesn't bring it up. So you could tell Burr, like, even the no reason to hit a woman, right? Even in the part where he talks about how he purposely tried to like ignore her and avoid her, you know that's a tactic. That's a tactic of an argument, especially with women. You do not ignore your woman. Do not. It's like that's like starting World War III. So Burr, in a very not condescending, but just in an indirect, purposeful way, he loves arguing with his wife. You could just tell. You could just tell. But that's hilarious. The fact that he said that is hilarious because he knew he started the argument right there.
Not for nothing, there was some black people in there saying some shit that I didn't agree with, you know? I'm not huffing and puffing. Yeah, I said that. Like a fucking idiot. And she just looks at me, she's like what black people? Like what black people that said what? At that point, it's like you started the luge, right? You can't get off the fucking sled. Now you gotta have the argument. I'm like, fuck, here we go. Guess we're having this. And I'm like, all right, the black guy who brought up leg shaking, saying Elvis took leg shaking from us. It's like, really? Leg shaking? No, nobody thought to fucking do this? Black people came up with that? You telling me that? I'll even give you that. Let's say you came up with that, but where did that black dude learn how to do it? Didn't he watch some older black guy do it? Well, what, because he's the same color? He's not stealing, he's just carrying on the tradition. But if Elvis does it, oh, what the fuck? Now he's the biggest thief ever? That doesn't make any sense to me. She goes, no, you idiot. It's not about the leg shaking, okay? It's about, he appropriated a culture. He took all the music, he got all the money, got all the fame. He's called the king of it now, and he never gave a shit, not even a shout out. And I was like, all right. You know, fair enough. You made about 7 or 8 good points there that I can't refute. He appropriated a culture. I get it. You're right. She goes, fine, thank you. And I go, however,
he wants to argue.
Do I get mad at you when you get on a skateboard, you start going down the fucking street? Do I get all offended like, hey man, that's the white shit. Stop appropriating my culture, man. Some dirty white kid in Santa Monica came up with that, man. So she starts laughing. And I should have stopped there, but I'm a comedian.
You
right?
had to keep going.
Like,
Burr likes
laugh.
this.
There's got to be a bigger laugh, so keep going, Bill. Let's come with another example. So I'm like, yeah, do I get mad at you when you fly from LA to New York in under 6 hours? And she just, yeah. She just stares at me. She's just like, that was fucked up.
What? Yo, he won't admit it. Burr likes to argue, man. He really likes to argue. And I think it's a comedian thing, because like when you watch comedians go on like podcasts and radio stations, like they just love conversation. They love to talk. So you know. But look, we've gone through that throughout our Elvis journey. We have been through the whole appropriation thing, and did he give credit? What did he do for the community? And it's not even worth rehashing. It's well documented. Yes. Did he find a style of music and not take credit, but did he become a world-renowned entertainer by using it? Yes. But it's been documented. He is given credit. Maybe sometimes, it's so weird because you would think because he has like a credit history of giving credit to some artists and helping out some black artists, having black singers and band members, and having a connection with some of the greats of his time, Little Richard, and you know, like it's not a black or white situation, but it's a good conversation because while Elvis, you probably can't say Elvis has done it. It is widely documented that a lot of black culture was stolen. And again, we're not talking Elvis here. This is kind of in general. A lot of black culture was stolen and kind of repurposed commercially. And black people saw none of the benefits. That's just a fact. I mean, you can deny it if you want, but it's just a fact. I mean, it's that history is like a Bible worth of stories, you know. So, but it's a good conversation. I would love to know what documentary he was talking about. I would have loved to have seen it. Again, y'all know we love the Elvis movie. We loved all the songs. But just out of curiosity, I would love to know what documentary he was watching. But yeah, Burr did it again. Great. This one was kind of like just a good story. It wasn't really it wasn't like a bunch of jokes. It was kind of just a funny story, and Burr and his nature just kind of having that lighthearted but just real funny and just ready to argue type of attitude. Like, I love Bill Burr, man. I love his style of comedy, and yeah, that's all I got on this one. And it felt so good to watch Burr. I'm sitting here looking at a clip. It's called "Rehoming Your Rescue Dog Is Hard." Never saw that. So apparently it's still some Bill Burr that I haven't watched. So if y'all are interested and want to see it, as always, let me know in the comments section, and I will check it out. But I'm like, again, we watched so much Bill Burr. I was like, okay, we've seen it all, and apparently we haven't. So y'all let me know if y'all want to check that out. But as always, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time with the great Bill Burr. Peace.